Hello and welcome to OverShadow ShadowCast with your host Thomas Anderson and tech wizard Abigail Mowat.
Hello.
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 So it's Christmas time.
Woo.
The time of Christmas.
The time of lights, the time of songs, and I think I described this the other week. We cannot escape the Christmas songs, we cannot escape the lights, we cannot escape the presents. It is in our faces 24/7 now.
As is our one.
What? As is what?
That is our one.
I don't understand.
Something to do with like our primary focus, our reason for being, our philosophy.
Okay.
Is to be blinded by the lights.
Being blinded by the lights on that Christmas tree.
Yes.
There's a tree in
Yes.
front of us.
There's a great many lights on this Christmas tree.
Yes.
There's 3 different sets of lights.
We've got 2 different sets.
We have the Santas.
But we've got 4 different sets outside the house.
We have no different sets outside the house. I think there is actually a set inside a bush outside, but we don't turn them on anymore and just leave them there. So,
Christmas 24/7 with you, isn't it?
Merry Christmas!
Happy holidays.
These lights don't work anymore.
Shall we discuss something before we discuss anything else? I hope everybody's enjoying the new pictures on our YouTube channel.
Yes. Yes, well that's fine, because Brian's coming down for Christmas, so I can ask him. I like them.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I like them.
This has been over a year of me crafting stuff, me bringing over samples, going, what do you think? I like this, but blah blah. I was like, okay, well, what about this? I like it, but blah blah da 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 da. Can we be underwater? What?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to be underwater.
I still don't know why.
Neither do I.
You actually said to me that you had forgotten you had told me that.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, I'm just going to do whatever the heck I want.
Yep.
And that's what I did.
Did you ever actually draw us underwater?
No.
Right, so...
Because it would look too much like the front cover of The Grim Grotto by Lemony Snicket. I think that's what it's called.
I don't know what that is.
You've never read A Series of Unfortunate Events?
No.
It's like one of the biggest book series when we were like, we were in primary school. I was in primary school and that was like massive. Everybody was reading them. I read them. They were very good. The movie was atrocious. The TV series was okay for 2 episodes and then it became atrocious.
No, I never read it.
Oh well.
I don't know, it just doesn't seem like my cup of tea.
About 3 orphans trying to outwit evil people.
Yeah.
The baby can bite things. She's got really sharp teeth.
Okay, yeah, definitely not my cup of tea.
The eldest is 14 and she can invent things really well. And the middle child, he can read a lot of books.
Oh,
and he's incredibly intelligent. They're all very intelligent.
Right, okay. So his superpower...
They all can read, apart from the baby.
Yeah, so his superpower is to read really fast.
No, his superpower is the fact that he's read a lot of books and has got a vast amount of knowledge.
Oh.
On various different subjects.
Great.
Yes.
What a superpower.
Yes. Baby can bite.
The baby can bite. Sharpened teeth.
Yes, well, on the cover she's got sharp teeth, but obviously in the book series and the movies she's got normal human teeth.
Where does she keep them if she's a baby?
Well, she's a baby / toddler. Somewhere between baby and toddler. Maybe she was born with teeth, I don't know. Can't remember. It's been a while since I've read them all.
I remember I once got given Eragon when I was ill at Christmas. It was like 16, 17, 18, something like that. I got given that for Christmas.
Did you read it?
Yep.
What do you think?
Many times. Many times.
Did you finish the series?
The Inheritance, yep. Inheritance
Same.
Cycle.
I finished it too.
I was reading those books back when it was originally a trilogy, and then they released a 4th book.
The 4th book was not fantastic, if I recall correctly.
Oh, it was
There's a lot of description.
It was the end. Like, you could tell he was just trying to round off the story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
should we talk about other things other than books? Because that's not what this is about. This is not about books.
Have you been playing anything in the run up to Christmas?
No, I haven't. I've also not been watching the Witcher series.
That was incredibly specific.
Yeah.
To say that you've not been doing that one particular thing?
Yeah.
Does that mean you have been?
No, I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a clip of it on the Graham Norton show.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm not going to watch it either because it's based on the books and I want to read the books.
Why has your Scottish accent changed slightly? Why have you become more stereotypical?
I just wanted to.
Stop it, please.
Why?
It's annoying. Hufflepuff.
You racist.
Hufflepuff.
You racist.
I was expecting more of a, oh my god, you turned me into a badger moment. I was hoping that would instill that kind of response from you, and I didn't get that. I was heartily disappointed. Brian thought it was the best episode ever. I heartily agree to that.
I'm very upset that I'm a Hufflepuff. I didn't draw that inference at all. You made me a Hufflepuff. What? Am I brave and loyal? Apparently not.
No, that's the joke. Nobody wants to be a Hufflepuff.
Am I wise and intelligent?
No.
Meh.
Oh god, no.
Am I greedy and self-absorbed?
Yes.
So how am I no the snake?
Because they're cunning.
You've no played
A
Halo.
badger just wants to eat worms.
You've no played Halo 5 with me, hen. I appear as if by magic and assassinate. I am stealth incarnate.
If only that were true, but we can hear you moaning from a mile away.
Aye, but no when I hit the mute button on Team Chat.
No, I'm talking about in life.
Exactly, so they can't hear me because the...
No, we can sense it.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
I don't
as
even know
knowing...
half of your friends, and I believe they can also sense it.
Yeah, but that's not the same as knowing where I am in the game.
No, but we can sense you're nearby.
No, they can't, because I am the snake. And I appear as if by magic.
No, you're just a badger wanting worms.
Bam, bam, bam. Assassinate, melee attack, rocket launcher, and then back into the shadows.
Then we hear you moaning about the quality of the shadows.
Aye, because I unmuted to do that. The shadows are rubbish. I mean, I can see my own face in them.
I like the fact that you're pretending that this is that it's an actual thing. You will complain about anything and everything in a game.
Do you?
Sometimes I feel like you do.
Yeah, well, that's my critical eye. I'm developing my critical eye now that I'm doing talkings of games and writings of games. I'm developing my critical eye.
I want to move on from this. Stop making weird noises.
Okay. Have you been playing anything?
I've been playing the Harry Potter mobile game.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I have now got a Santa hat.
Okay.
And I'm still in first place, even though the storyline says I'm
Not
in last place. But
right.
in actuality, I'm in first place.
Right, so I
What about yourself?
I'm still in chapter 5, I think it is, of year 1.
I can't remember what chapter I'm on.
Hold up. It's the one where you it's the one where you get the Flipendo jinx. It's what I've just got. Flipendo. You know, the one that only
Yeah, I'm
appears...
trying to think if I've got that.
Yeah, it's the one that only appears in the games. It's not actually in the books, I don't think.
Flipendo's in the books.
Is it?
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that.
It's been a while since I've read them.
If it is, I think it's...
Expelliarmus definitely is, but
Yeah.
Flipendo is. Because they wouldn't come up with things that wasn't in the book.
Well, there isn't anything in the book that you just fire randomly. It was to give you something to do as the player, to give you some agency. They came up with
Flipendo
Flipendo.
is a real...
It's a real spell, is it? Sorry, hold on.
the books.
Just catch that, save yourself. Well done. I'm saying well, it was well done. I'll look this up then.
I will look this up right now.
Okay.
I am mistaken. They're not used in the books or in the movies. I thought they were. I can...
Now, Flipendo was made for the games so that you had something to do that was a bit more active.
That's boring.
With more agency. Well, there is no spell like it in Harry Potter. There's no...
There's Expelliarmus.
Yeah, but that's a disarming spell. There's no make something go, oh! Which is basically what they wanted. They wanted the player to be able to walk up to the other characters who are just randomly sitting around the place and go, Flipendo! Oh! Oh, Harry, why have you hit me with that spell? Oh! And that's basically what happens.
Okay.
Everybody in the game will just go, oh! 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 Why are you doing this to me, Harry? Oh! That's why they came up with it.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Anyway, so yeah, it's going. I think I've learned Expelliarmus now. I can't remember.
Expelliarmus is earlier than Flipendo.
Yeah, well, I've learned Flipendo. I know that. I've also learned. That's one of the tickly one is one of the earlier ones as well.
Oh, Sectum Sempra.
No, it's like
Or
Rictus
Sempra
or something
That's
like
it,
that. Yeah. And I have been dueling
Yeah.
other people. I've only lost twice, which is very annoying. I lost twice in a row.
So did I. Yeah, I've only lost twice as well, and I lost twice in a row.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
And I've now learned that if you go around the castle just tapping certain things, you get free energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I still got a Niffler.
Yeah.
But I'm maxed out on the Niffler.
I'm not.
You're a terrible pet owner.
Thank you.
Not played it for a few days though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kept forgetting it.
Yeah. I play quite a few games on my phone actually, so...
Yeah, well, my phone is starting to glitch out. Because it's just coming to the end of its life, I think.
So Huawei.
Yes. I won't be getting another one, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My phone did start to fall apart. The previous one, sorry.
Oh god, yours was just a nightmare. You
Yeah.
couldn't do text.
The
You could
screen
literally respond to people with likes or not like
Aye.
Messenger.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was
literally it was a game of yes and no.
Mm.
With you. Just a
'Cause-
conversation was a game of yes and no.
Because the outer sections of the screen wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Apart
now-
from one wee area, which is where the thumb was basically for
Like and not like.
well, not like and not like, but like big thumb up.
Yeah. Anywho,
Nightmare.
let's move on.
Mm-hmm. So I've been playing. I had a wee go there of Subnautica.
That's supposed to be very good.
Yeah, it seems to be. Like the exploration's an awful lot of fun. I wish there was a bit more heads up when you're running out of oxygen, to be honest.
Is that the
But-
one where you're in a submarine? And you have to like
You're not in a submarine. You're a spaceship crashes, right?
that's what I mean, yes.
And then you're in this wee floating life pod.
Yeah. I know what I have
Yeah.
seen people play a bit of it.
Yeah, and you basically try and get resources, swim around, get the stuff you need.
Are we going to play the Untitled Goose Game?
What?
The Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, at some point.
I was going to say, have you not heard of it?
No, I have. Yeah, it seems weird, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've played a couple of hours of Subnautica, maybe 3. So far, the only story exposition has been a couple of radio messages where I've gone to go and. So somebody will send out a radio message where it's like, oh, our sea glide was damaged, so we're fixing that, but this is where we are. And then I'll go, right, I'll have a wee swim along to where they are. And when I go along and have a wee look, something will have happened. And you can pick up little things that they've left behind. Quite a lot of the time, that sort of exposition is part of them giving you the next sort of set of items that you need to make to be able to do the stuff. So it sort of like weirdly scaffolds you towards the exploration you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you go along and you're like, with your scanner. Oh, now I can build a sea glide. And then you go to the next one. Oh, now I can build a sea moth. Then I can build a grav ball. And then stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. So you find salvage as well, and that can quite often allow you to make new stuff if you scan it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's all about resource management at the beginning, but apparently after a few hours it gets into a story. And yeah, it actually does become something.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good. Should we move on to the stories?
No, because there was one other game I also played a couple of hours of.
Okay.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I've heard of that.
Yes.
I can't remember what it's about.
It's basically, this is what you see in the opening video, is that the world sort of like crumbled into dust, and we've gone from this technological wonder.
Oh, it's a post-apocalyptic, future-y thing.
Yeah, but we've gone from that to wonder to basically what's I would call a Nordic tribe religion sort of thing.
I don't care. Can we move on now?
And you're this girl from the age of like 6, and then you jump to about.
So, what do you start off as a boy and then you become a girl at the age of 6?
No, you start off as a girl at the age of 6.
I'm joking.
And then you jump to
Just the way you said it made it.
18. I didn't hear that. I didn't realise that. That's what I made it sound like. There would be no.
Like you just plunked on the planet at the age of 6 as a girl.
Well, no, you see the character as a baby, but you first get to control them.
I know.
At 6.
I'm just joking.
Mm-hmm. And it's sort of a bit Tomb Raider-ish, but maybe a bit different. But it's got quite a bit of Tomb Raider-ishness in it.
Coolio.
And you sort of use a bow and a spear and you fight.
So basically a survival game.
No, not really, because you don't need to eat and drink, which is sort of the hallmark of survival games. You just need to. You can get health components to heal yourself up because you fight these machines that are basically done up like animals or dinosaurs.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
They are electric sheep in this particular instance, but I don't think they're androids. So yeah, there's creatures.
Do you get that? Do you get that
Yes,
reference?
I know it's Blade Runner. It's the book that was originally written for Blade Runner.
Thank you.
And so they've got animals wandering around that you can kill for meat, which you can then sell, give to people for quests, or eat, I think, for health. But I don't know about that last one. That would be a guess. And you also get creatures made of steel. So these are obviously leftovers from the world before.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. When you're a kid, the exposition is what, in the name of goodness me, happened to the old world. And it sort of gives you some of that information and a little bit of technology, which is quite futuristic for where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously massively futuristic for where they are, because they're in like wooden huts and stuff. So yeah, I've only played a couple of hours, but I find the gameplay quite interesting. There's a bit of climbing to do, some pathfinding.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, some searches.
A jack of all trade, a master of none.
Not all trades, but a few exploration-y ones. And you get a bow and arrow, and you get to shoot things, the metal things in the head. And if you shoot them in the eye, they go "Ooh!" and fall over. But it's quite realistic from the point of view. If they charge you and you shoot them in the bottom, they fall over. So it's quite good from that point.
It sounds funny the way you describe it.
Yeah. It is quite good. So I'm looking forward to playing both those games more.
That's good.
To the stories?
Yes, please. I don't know anything about the first one. All I could find was stuff from we've talked about before.
Yep, Fallout 76. So,
don't know why I decided to sing that.
I thought you were saying it lyrically, not singing. Is that okay?
I don't know what the difference is. Actually, I do know what the difference is.
Oh. Fallout 76. So the Wastelanders update for Fallout 76 adds NPC settlements. Why weren't they there in the first place? The internal lore for this is that it's been a while since the bombs dropped, and now people are returning to Appalachia to settle it. But, no people whatsoever, and then a year later, loads of people. I don't know if I buy that.
Neither do I.
So, here's the question, right? Or some questions, why did they decide to do this so late on? Is this just been done because they've thought, oh no, this game's not working, we need to try and save it?
Yeah.
Or has it been a case of they were always planning to do this?
No.
But this is a bit more difficult, so they just went with the easier option first?
I think that they never thought of putting it in. I thought that maybe they thought it wasn't necessary, but people complained about it.
Right, okay. Okay.
That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying that if you plan on having something in a game, have it in there at the beginning. Don't add it in a year later, after 16 updates.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. So I'm just thinking there's an awful lot of work to have done, starting from when they got the original feedback from 76. I don't know if they'd have been able to do it in the time frame that you're talking about, but it's possible. So there's a couple more questions. Will this save Fallout 76?
Nope.
Why?
Because it has to do with the next part of the stories.
Okay. And what happens to Fallout 76 if this update doesn't work? As in, it doesn't save
I think it's just
76.
I think that they just need to cut their losses and realize that they've made a mistake, and they just need to either shut it down and go, listen, we're going to redo it. I doubt they would, but they'd have to go back and just look at everything going, listen guys, it's going to get shut down until we've totally fixed everything, and then re-release it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously free to people that have already bought it or own it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I could possibly think of them actually saying, because everybody's getting, I think a lot of people in the gaming community are getting fed up of hearing about the updates.
Yeah, so
especially when they don't work or they
make things worse.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're talking about basically a Final Fantasy 14. They released that game about 3 or 4 years ago, or before. Yeah, or before they released. So what they did was they released the game and it didn't work very well at all, as in people didn't like it. So they shut it down. And then a couple of years later, 3 years later, they released it again, completely remade game, basically.
Yeah.
And they that did much better. And it's actually both the versions are in the story. So the second version takes place 5 years after the first one. So the original release of Final Fantasy 14 Online takes place, right? That story happens.
Yeah.
And then in the game world, 5 years later is when the re-release takes place, because they completely remade the game from top to bottom.
Oh.
So you're saying that that's the only way you can see them
That's
saving
the only
it,
way I can see them saving it.
is a proper full-size reboot.
Yeah, and be it free to anybody that already owns it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got mine free with my Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I should, if I own it, I should get a They should fix it and get free. I'm just saying that because I want a free thing. But definitely if you paid money for it, yes. Like full price, like from either Bethesda or Xbox Game Store or a Game Store.
My difficulty with that is that I don't see how financially they can actually make that work, considering they did actually sell a decent number of copies. I don't see how they do that.
I don't know, but I'm just saying that they need to just either not release another update until they've done an update that will fix everything, and then release that update, and hopefully that will be the last one.
Yeah, I think if it doesn't work, they either have to do full reboot or just
refund everybody.
I don't think they'll refund everybody, but it'll be game over.
Yeah.
I just don't think. I mean, they might take option 2 or 3, sorry, which would be just like shut everything down and work on it for a few years, and then open it back up. But I don't know.
Anyway, shall we move on to the next story, which has to do with this first story?
Yeah, so we can just link the two together because it does answer some of the previous questions we spoke about. So, like, I was watching a video, Legacy Killer HD, and he mentioned a test server for Bethesda.
Yeah, it was that they were saying that they probably could have sorted a lot of these glitches and these problems out if they had done a test server beforehand.
Yeah, so I don't actually know if they do or don't have one.
No. For those of you who don't know what a test server is basically a server that only a select few have access to and can play the game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then what they do is they report any problems to the company, like any problems or any suggestions. So it's a way of refining it before it's released to the public.
Yeah, because you can't just you have to test it. You can't just release it and assume that it works.
Which is the question. I thought they had already done that. I thought they would have already done that.
Yeah, but that's sort of the point, is that
they haven't.
Well, even I don't know if they haven't, but you can sort of understand where his theory is that they haven't comes from, because every time they release a patch, what happens? It breaks something. Something breaks.
Yeah.
Which logically they wouldn't do if they were testing it. You know?
Yeah.
You don't release a patch that makes everything worse if you know that.
They just need that kid from the live action 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, aye.
Do you remember there was that kid with the glasses who was
Curtis?
testing? Oh, I don't know. God, I don't know that. But I just remember him playing the video game and
Aye.
saying he was like the greatest tester of all time on games.
Yeah, but he's not testing the game for quality purposes. He's testing it for market purposes. You know?
I thought it was one and the same.
No. So he's testing it for marketing to see if people will enjoy it and want to play it.
Yeah.
Quality testing, that's what this is for, is basically to make sure the game works properly. If you open a door, the door opens. You don't get blasted across the universe or the building falls apart or, all your guns disappear or you just crash the game every time you try and go through that door. That's what the testing is for. Yeah. And I think Bethesda just didn't bother testing this game properly. There's too many game-breaking bugs, you know? They always had a lot of bugs and game-breaking bugs in them. But this is too many, you know. It's too many.
Yeah.
So I can see where his theory comes from, and if they do have test servers, they're not using them right.
No, but they were also saying that apparently hackers are being able to access the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was talking about the fact that people are creating in-game weapons that you can buy on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was just like, okay, so what? They're going to be like $5, and they were like $70, $50. You're like, what? These are weapons people are creating that you can, not supposed to be in the game, but you can use them in the game. That's insane.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, was it Bitcoin?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, so they're hacking, but they're hacking because the game's terrible.
Yeah.
So they're hacking to put stuff in. You know?
Yeah.
It's empty and it's broken.
Yeah. But
and the private servers don't work yet.
No.
So that people are paying for private servers that don't work yet. So they're just like, screw it. I want to put this thing in, so I'm putting it in.
And charging through the nose for it.
What?
Charging through the nose for it. They're charging people to buy it.
They're charging through the nose for the right to do that in a private server.
Don't say that like it was your thing. I was the one who said through the
No,
nose,
no,
and you didn't hear what I said.
No, I did hear it. You're right. That's what they're doing. And I don't even think you can do it yet. I don't know if the mod option's available. But it still doesn't work because they're not private servers.
No.
So, yeah. So people are just like, well, I'm hacking this and putting in what I want.
Yes.
I've paid my money. Your game is broken and rubbish. I'm fixing it.
Simple as.
Yeah. So I think Bethesda with Fallout 76 are in quite a bit of trouble because this Wastelanders might make people go, ooh, but I don't think there'll be anywhere near enough in it.
No.
So people will still go, ooh, eh? And then eventually something will break because they've added it.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what's going to happen because it's what's happened every single time they've done anything with this game. They've broken
Which is
it.
unfortunate.
Anywho.
I want to steal your hat.
Thank you. Last story.
Yes.
Loot boxes in the United Kingdom.
Whoa.
So, I'll just read out this little sentence I have pre-prepared so that everybody knows the information and then shall discuss. The Royal Society for Public Health has advised the United Kingdom government to reclassify loot boxes as a form of gambling. They performed a study that examined its effects in young gamers and found that the problems were worse in those aged 11 to 14 than over 18-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, apparently the Royal Society did a survey of 1,025 children aged between 11 and 24.
Aye.
And 6 out of 10 of the kids between people aged between 11 and 24 consider them a form of highly addictive gambling.
Yes.
Now, a poll of young people have also said that loot boxes, as well as skin betting should be classed as gambling. So this is them saying it. It's not some high authority saying it. It's them. And also, these same young people believe that loot boxes and skin betting is polluting their gaming and their games and their gaming experiences.
Yeah, because it is. Because it's really holding the entire industry back.
So this isn't some authority I suppose it is the authority that people should be caring about most, is the people playing the games.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying, dude, you need to stop this.
Yeah.
In basic terms.
Because they were saying, you've got people coming forward in that group saying, I've misused my parents' credit cards to buy loot boxes and stuff like that. Used all their birthday money buying loot boxes and all that jazz. It's a horrible thing that we're allowing. And it needs to be stopped, and that's what they're doing. They're saying that.
Yeah.
It does destroy the gaming experience because companies don't bother to try and make a game as good as possible. They try to make it as addictive as possible.
Yeah.
It is destroying the industry. They do need to do something about it. And the UK would be the largest gaming country to actually ban them if it did.
Yeah.
But the fact that the advice is there means they really need to be doing something. And America's starting to look at it. We've already had Belgium and Holland ban them. Australia's heading that way too, I think, or if they haven't already done it. It's hopefully game over for that. It can't last much longer when you've got all these countries looking at it.
Yeah.
So that's good, especially considering that it hits the companies that we dislike the most, hardest. You know?
Yeah. But it's just the fact that, it's not just actual people that need to do experiments or look at behavioural patterns of people that are saying need to stop it. It is the gamers themselves that need to.
Yeah, the gamers are also coming forward.
They're coming forward and saying, listen, this is ridiculous, please stop this.
Yeah, they're just admitting that they're losing control of themselves in that environment.
Yeah.
Which is good. I think the fact that it affected 11 to 14-year-olds more than over 18-year-olds was really alarming, because it means that they're, like Fortnite and stuff like that is targeting kids. That's their demo that they're going after, and then to put loot boxes in, just
not great.
No.
So that's the last story we have for you.
FIFA as well. Sorry, FIFA as well. That
yes,
sort of
FIFA as well. Most of those things.
Ah.
But that's the last story that we have for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be my last podcast of 2019.
Yeah, because you won't be here for the next one.
No, I won't.
So then, is this the last one?
Ever.
What We need some of your good games, disappointing games. We need some of your good news stories, disappointing news stories, that sort of thing.
So a roundup.
Yeah. If you're not going to be here to do it next, so yeah, give us your most enjoyable multiplayer experience, your best single player experience, most disappointing thing that a company's done, that sort of thing.
Most disappointing, let's just say Bethesda and just move on.
Because you just couldn't
I don't want to think about it. But
Yeah.
definitely best single player experience, I would say, of 2019 has been... I wish you had told me you were going to ask me this so I could actually properly think about it before I got here. Because I can't remember all the single players I've played. I quite liked Portal Still Alive. That was fun once I actually got the hang of it, when I understood how to do it.
That is a lot of fun, yeah.
Because it was relying on myself. I wasn't having to watch other, like say Halo, I wasn't having to watch out for loads of other people or being annoyed at the fact that I can't fly a blooming ghost or wherever. No. Banshee. Best multiplayer experience has either been the Division and not being able to remember how to chuck stuff or chuck the wrong things and blow myself up. Getting the best loot.
It was it. You kept just randomly...
Just getting the best loot.
Yeah, but that was the thing. Yeah, I'd run up in front because I had the shotgun and the LMG. You had the sniper rifle you were enjoying using. And then I'd just be there, try to hold them off, and you'd take out a few with sniper, and I'd be like, use your powers too, okay, and then like a satchel charge comes over my head, lands right in front of me, and then just breaks. It's like, what? And then you'd throw these other wee things out, and then they would just break. You're like, what
any mistakes I made in any game has just been, been annoying, but it's been hilarious.
Yeah, and then you got the...
Any point where I had to go, oh no...
Then you got the automatic shotgun. So I'm sitting there at the front line, and you're like, oh, I'll just try this. And a wave of death flies across the top of my head and just slams into this boss and just like annihilates him in like 5 milliseconds. Because you can see, like I said before, you can see the pellets.
Yeah.
Right? You can see the shots being fired, like the white lines, the pellets. If you're not the person firing it, so maybe you can as well, if you are. And so I saw this coming over my head and shoulder. There's this like cone of white lines. I just slam into him like bam, 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 and then it just went and died.
Yeah. I just liked annoying you. I got a great satisfaction out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or accidentally killing you.
Or not being able to revive me until I died of deafness. But then you did well because you were able to stop yourself getting killed until I spawned back in.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. Most annoying thing is the secret game that it's been another year and I still have not finished it. I've spent 2 years trying to play that game.
Well, I'm still finishing Fallout 7. No,
but you're not stuck on the same
I'm still
bit.
Fallout 4.
Yeah, but you're not stuck on the same bit.
No, I've just played like 300 hours of it.
I've not played that much of this game.
Actually,
there's a good chance I probably have.
That was your multiplayer experience, though, playing the Division 2. That was a multiplayer experience. What was your single player experience?
That's it. The Portal's still alive.
Yep.
Because I think it was last year I played Life is Strange.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.
That was yours one, yeah.
I've still not played the sequels yet.
Yeah. I haven't played it yet because you wanted to record that with me.
I also want to record Until Dawn.
Uh-huh.
Is that what it is?
I believe so.
Yeah.
What about your best experience for the company? The best piece of news sort of like consistently coming out of a company?
I don't know.
There should only be one answer because I think there's only been one company that's had good.
I can't think. My life has been.
Can you remember the name of the
by
company
Bethesda
making CD Projekt Red? No, that's
CD Projekt Red.
That's the name of the company. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Or can you remember the name of the company that made The Outer Worlds? It's a type of mineral, I think.
I don't know.
or
Obsidian.
Yeah. Those would be the two fighting it out for me when it comes to companies doing good stuff.
I think Obsidian's also the name of one of the gem fusions in Steven Universe.
I have no idea what any of
So it
those
is a
words
gem.
meant. But
You've never seen Steven Universe?
No.
I don't know if you'd like it or not.
So what was my single player experience then? I think my multiplayer experience was probably still Halo 5, because that still makes me laugh so I'm nearly crying.
I'm just remembering, remembering reversing down the track in Forza 6.
Oh, that was funny. That was
Just giving up.
Yeah, I was just going along nice and fine, and then you appeared coming at me, tail lights on and all that jazz.
We need to start recording some gameplay footage.
Yeah. We just need a couple of microphones and we're good to go.
Yeah, but I keep suggesting microphones to you, and you keep saying, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You actually have to say no, but you're not suggesting from the point of view of this is the shortlist pick. You're suggesting from the point of view of what do you think of this one? That's not like if I say I don't know, that's because I don't know. I need you to give me a finalised shortlist.
I might just go with the toner one and see what that's gonna what that's gonna be like.
Right. So is the last ones you sent along the finalised shortlist?
I can't remember.
Right. Well, I'll try and look it up, and we'll treat it like it is, or you can send it along to me with the podcast for me to edit.
But anyway, what's been your best multiplayer experience? Oh, have we said the single player?
No, no, we haven't. Multiplayer was Halo 5. Single player, I can't remember. I'm trying to think it through. It might be Fallout 4, because while I don't think it's as good as the other games, I have had quite a lot of time and fun out of it. And it's difficult for me to actually... I haven't played a lot since I started this course.
I like the fact that your favourite multiplayer moment had nothing to do with me.
It's just the game. It's just the game. Because I'm able to make my own silly wee multiplayer games. So I think you might actually be sick if you played one of them.
Why?
Because you can move so fast in the multiplayer game I made that you might actually vomit.
Yeah. I can't remember what I was watching the other day, but I was just like...
Yeah, you might actually be sick.
I actually do go on I would love to go on a roller coaster. I go on like the fairground rides that go really fast here. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with that.
No, that's fine, but this is ludicrous speed.
Okay.
This is... Oh my god, why am I on the other side of the room? Yeah, this is ludicrous speed. Single player experience... Right, we'll go with that just now, and I'll go back through my games list and look it up.
Yeah, you can always change it next week.
And I'll change it next week if it's not that.
What's been your best news item? Because I'm going to guess that your worst news item is also to do with Bethesda.
Yeah, they've been terrible. Well, not news item, but most disappointing company. I think it was EA last year.
This year.
Last year, I think it was EA.
This year.
This year, Activision. I think I'm going to go with Activision.
For best or worst?
Worst.
Okay.
Because they made lots of money and yet still let lots of people go.
Yeah.
That sort of jazz.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So
okay, what's been your best? What's been your best?
It's either Obsidian or CD Projekt Red. Obsidian were really good because they made a really good game, but played down the expectations. Said, look, it's going to be 30 to 40 hours, but that's it. It's going to be a lots of player. You choose what you're doing. We're not making you do anything at all. We're trying to keep it so that your agency is what's paramount. But CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
When it came to the multiplayer, said everything right for me. We might put in some microtransactions, but we'll make sure they're the same quality that they normally have. We'll prioritise the single player DLC. We're going to treat it like a different game, basically.
Yeah.
I quite liked that. They gave because I can understand why you'd make Cyberpunk 2077 into a multiplayer version. I can understand why you would do that.
Yeah.
So to treat it that way lets me know the single player is going to be safe. Whether or not you can trust them is one thing, because of what other companies have done, but that's the right thing to say and to do, and I do trust them. So that's probably one I'd go for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
What are you looking forward to next year?
Don't know. Better 2020.
Okay, I meant.
Uh,
Can you give me a game you're looking forward to playing? And
I don't know. Hopefully I finish this secret game by the end of next year.
And we want to record. That's probably the thing you want to do.
Yeah. I like the fact I've got you to tell me what I would like to do.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk. I think that comes out next year.
And Tommy is slowly starting to run out of energy.
Yeah, I think Cyberpunk 2077 comes out next year. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Cool. Well, I suppose that's all that's left to say is thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed 2019 with us.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys have enjoyed 2019. But I will see you all again in 2020.
Yep. Tell me about it.
I hope that you've enjoyed listening to this. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, you can. You can hit that little notification bell and you can hit that like button for us. Also, Tommy did not put in the link to the...
Oh, no, I chose not to do that.
Oh, okay.
Because that was... see, that was like sales or donation page or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I said you could do.
Right, but that's for a game which has been raising money for 7 years and has a massive amount of money, and I just don't feel like they are...
But I thought that's what it was about.
Yeah, it is. But the point is that I don't feel that they've actually done enough.
Okay,
So
anyway.
My concern is that we might be helping them raise money and they're not actually making the game.
Okay.
Not necessarily in a fraudulent way, but just that they're just faffing about so much that it's never going to get made.
Okay.
In which case I wouldn't want to have helped them do that.
Anywho. You can leave us a comment. Maybe you could tell us what you thought of 2019 in terms of what we... If you'd like to leave any suggestions of how we can improve for 2020, that'd be brilliant. More pictures of badgers, maybe. But...
you driving on Halo 1. That's my best multiplayer moment. Do you remember? That's easily it, because I was crying with laughter. If that happens, then usually that's the best moment. And that is either tied with Halo 5 or wins, because that was hilarious. And I'm so upset that we weren't recording that. I'm so upset because it was so funny.
The part where we were trying to do that last bit where we were on the timed mission.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, we're not playing that mission again for like another 6 months, because when we go back to it, it's going to be so funny.
You've jinxed it now.
Oh, it's going to be so funny.
Anywho, you can also email us at overshadow@shadowcast@gmail.com. Hopefully Tommy will leave all the links and everything like that in the description box below.
Yep.
And maybe he could tell me if he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that you guys enjoyed the pictures that I've made for this.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of hard work. Mainly because Tommy had little suggestions every now and again, which meant I had to go back and kind of restart a lot of it over again.
Yeah, I kept seasoning.
Yes, it was incredibly annoying.
Yes. You're welcome.
You literally made no suggestions that I used. I did everything I wanted.
That's very rude of you.
You're welcome. I had to move the actual overshadow bit in the picture because you couldn't see it when I put it online. I didn't understand that's how that worked.
Mm.
That took I had to re-upload about 3 or 4 times for it to work properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sort of does that. If you don't make it to this specific size already, it sort of tries to re-proportion it, and then everything goes a bit wacko.
So I will say, I hope you guys have a lovely holiday, whatever you're celebrating, and also I hope that you have a wonderful New Year.
Yes, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I think this actually goes up on Christmas Day.
It does, if you get it edited properly.
Mm-hmm. So this goes up on Christmas Day, which is a Wednesday.
Yes.
25th of December.
Yes, it is. And I will possibly be visiting family when you record the next one, so...
And that one will go up on the New Year's Day?
think no. Will it? Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
This year's timed Sundays and
Yeah.
perfectly this year.
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
Yes.
So, Merry Christmas.
Yes. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you again next time.
Yes, you will. Well, I won't. You will see Tommy, not me. I'll see you in 2020.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.